Before I take a walk outside, I want to sing this song for you. 我的心啊，我的心也挣痛，处处都 Oh no, you know. 处处都给你 You know, I'm really not confident anymore because of that night when I thought I got 100% pitch accuracy, but when I listened to the recording, it was total mess. I'm not sure if I'm hitting the notes, the keys, especially if I'm not singing loudly. Maybe I should sing loud. 我的心啊，我的心也挣痛，处处都给你。Maybe I lost it. It's 你永远开满，永远开满，永远开满。彩虹里面的人，你们好吗？那快乐吗？我期待的吗？还记得唱歌，记得啦啦啦吗？躲在屋檐的人，你们害怕吗？还记得笑吗？记得我吗？还记得保持好奇的傻瓜？我知道哪里会不会一无所知，知道哪里会不会一无所知。车子经过了桥，车子经过了桥，车子经过了桥。I don't know this note. 车子经过了桥，我记得在那便利店买了酒，可是我不敢一个人喝。车子又经过了山，我想先开着我的烂摩托去转一转，可惜我把车卖了。我的心啊，我的心也震动出租。I want it to be higher. This part is supposed to be higher because this is the most emotional part. It's supposed to be really high. But then if I raise it, this part to be as high as I would like it to be, then this part would be too high for me, I think. 我的心啊，我的心也震动出租，处处都给你。种好的鲜花，至于你的白发，别害怕，别害怕，有我在的地方啊，永远开满了鲜花，至于你的白发，别害怕，别害怕，有我永远开满了。永远开满 Maybe I've lost it completely here. 永远开满了鲜花，至于你的白发，永远开满，永远开满，永远开满。哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒。Da da 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 that's the live version I listened to, and they had that part at the end. And at the end of that, they start all over again. 我的心啊，我的心也真的出走，出走了给你。种好的鲜花。It's actually a little bit higher than I can sing. 至于你的白发，别害怕，别害怕，有我在那地方啊，永远开满了鲜花。至于你的白发，别害怕，别害怕，有我在那地方啊。Okay, that's it. If I were to die on my funeral, play this song, and you will feel me. Maybe I'll have better favorite songs. I'm still young. I think I'll have many, many more favorite songs if I don't die young. If you ask me like, when do you think I would die? I really can't tell you. I think I'm either gonna live very long or not. I'm not really sure, but the idea of me living a long life on this planet, in this world, really, really doesn't resonate with me, Because, I think my true energy is like this vibe, but the energy here is very different than this. I often feel drowsy and heavy here. I don't like this, how when I say these things, it just makes me feel like I'm a foreigner or I'm an alien, and that's not right, because again, we all come from the same place. It's not right to feel like you're different. I mean, it's okay to feel different, but different to such an extent that I'm an alien, That's how I feel, but also I try to avoid saying that. It doesn't make me feel any better. Does it saying I'm an alien doesn't make me feel any better. It just makes you feel worse, like you're an alien on an alien planet. It doesn't give you any comfort. Because here I am anyways. I'm an alien or what? I am here right now, and I'm in a human body. I'd better just say that I'm a human, even if it doesn't resonate with me. Whenever I say I'm a human, it really, really doesn't resonate. I'm not a fucking human. I'm not a human. Human beings. The words like human beings really, really doesn't resonate with me. I'm not a human. That's all I know. I'm not a human. I knew it from when I was a kid. When I was 10, I felt like I was an alien. With no reasons. I wasn't spiritual anyway. I didn't read any spiritual shit. I just felt like I'm an alien when I was 10, and I kept it as my secret. I wanted to tell my best friend then that I would never die. I saw all of a sudden, I had this feeling, this thought just came to me out of nowhere. It said, I would never die. I would never die. Like, never physically die. Like, I thought, I would never die. If something happened, like if I drop off a building, I would never die. I would not die. Maybe I believe that is just the spiritual message that says I am eternal. Not that my physical body wouldn't die, but I am eternal. I knew it when I was 10. When it was still like 15 years before, 13 years before I realized before I would become spiritual at all. All my life, I had been nothing but I had been everything but spiritual. Still today, because that's so ingrained. I was brought up in that. It's still like, whenever I think about spirituality, it still like stuns me that all of this is real. Every time I start to think, okay, spirituality is real, I'm eternal, I'm not just a human being, it's all stunning, Every single time I think about it, even if it's been 2 years since I first got into spirituality, every single time I think about these things, I still feel like, oh my God, how can that be real? Holy shit, that's just so surreal, that is so real, that is spiritual. guys are real and this and that and shit. Every single time, I keep repeating this, every single day, I think about it as if they were new to me, It's just so stunning. It's so astounding. Is that how did I use the word correctly? Because I've never used the word astounding. I think my brain is just so, I jump from here to there when I talk. But really, when my brain is just so, I don't know what word to use. It's so particular, like, like, English is not my first language. I had to learn it, and it still isn't. I'm still not like good. I mean, maybe I'm good. It depends on the standard. Maybe I'm good like for many people. And when I see a new word, for example, words like astounding or that when the most impressed I was when I was in university and I was we would learn, we would have English classes, and I would see this word. For that word, I still remember it. It's restrain. I had never used this word ever in writing or speaking, but I know but I read it somewhere in an article, and I just searched for its meaning. That's it. It's in the back of my. I never practiced using it whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, while I was talking to myself, suddenly I used the word at the perfect timing. That's just so strange, And they're right. Sometimes I'm even shocked. Like, is this word I'm using it correctly? And then I look it up again because I barely learned it. I just looked up the meaning once. You don't memorize a word after looking it up. If it's not your mother language, you have to memorize the word. You have to remember how it's spelled, like restrain. I probably didn't. Because this word has a very simple structure. So yeah, you know how to pronounce it. Now that at my level, if I know how to pronounce a word, I can normally just spell the word. But back then in university, maybe my level wasn't as this high. No, it wasn't. I couldn't just talk like this to myself. And so it really shocked me. And also just now, astounding. I don't ever remember using it when talking to myself or anybody. And I just used it. I believe it was right. Let me just Google it right now to see if it's right. I Googled it, and I was absolutely right. I was right. Astounding means shocking or stuff like. And it's a perfect word to use, even more than I thought. My logical brain, like when I look at the astounding, I'm not sure what it means. I know it might mean something like stunning, but I'm not sure. But I use it. It's perfect. That's how it happens to me all the time with English. I think it's just such a particular thing with English for me. Like, I have this soul contract with this language because of just to prepare me for things that maybe have happened or are gonna happen in my life. Like, I thought I was a language lover because I loved learning English so much, because English is a course you must take here from third grade. At least for me, from third grade I started to take these English classes. Before entering middle school, you basically take English classes for fun. Yeah, that was like a fun class. I really enjoyed English classes. I liked my English teachers. And in middle school, I was so good at this. It was so easy for me, English. I loved English. I would even learn it as a hobby. How crazy that is. Let me tell you, that the school in my country, in Asia, if you know anything about Asian culture, the schools in Asia, they fucking suck. And they make you like study so much. They take all of your time to make you study. They wake you up so much early in the morning that you sleep really late. And that's just how much study and how crazy it is for me for English. I still learn it as a hobby, even if entering from middle school to high school is an extremely important course that you have to. It's one of the most important courses that takes the one of the greatest parts in your grades. So it's something that you're mandatory. It's mandatory for you to learn, and it was like a hobby for me. Like when I had free time, I listened to English, and I would just when I'm walking, for example, on my way to the dining hall, I would be just practicing in my head how to pronounce a certain word because I was just so obsessed with the correct pronunciation. Even today, if I find that I'm pronouncing some word not perfectly, like to my standard, I would just practice it in my head, and I think it's just totally fun. It's not like something I do. So when people like they wouldn't think I have an accent, even if you're not like a super a native English speaker, just other people that learn English, they can get even better at English than me, and then they wouldn't be able to hear that I have an accent because I was so obsessed. I don't know. And I was so good at English. I was a top student with English, top student of the whole grade of many classes. I was literally the top, and it was fun for me. I didn't have to study hard working. It was just fun, like a hobby, a passion, or whatever. It was not literally passion, just something fun for me to do, even today. I think it's just marvelous, when something like that is in your life. It means that it is something there on purpose. Like if you have this, let's say for example, you were always drawn to the guitar, even when you were a kid, when you first saw the guitar, and you just were drawn to it. I mean, I still make little grammatic mistakes when I speak, when I write, whatever. Like when I say she is, I would say maybe sometimes when I say she has, I would say she have, and I would be so embarrassed. But I shouldn't, because again, it's not my first language, and I'm not learning it to do anything. I'm just learning it for fun. Again, all my life, it's just all for fun. So if I make some mistakes, I still do. I'm the only person feeling embarrassed. Actually, you wouldn't, because I'm not native. Blah 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 blah. So I was saying, what was it? I think it's so important for me to be. What was it that I was saying before this? I'm starting to talk about something else now. But what was it that I was saying? Oh, I was saying if you felt like when you were a kid, for example, you first saw the guitar, you were drawn to the guitar, and then you started learning it. Blah blah blah. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's something there for you in your life that you planned for yourself, or it's something that's gonna lead you to something else. Like, not necessarily you're gonna become a guitarist or a musician, but it's definitely something that's holding you, that is guiding you, that's pulling you like a string. I think for me, English is it. Because look at it, it's so particular. So many people in my class, they fucking hate English class. They fucking hate whenever it's English class. They fucking curse. It was just so funny, and all of my English teachers liked me. I remember them praising me, even in elementary school. I was learning English still using, how do you say that in English? Still using my own language. Some words in my language would sound similar to an English word, and to memorize how to pronounce that word, I would write down my language, the words in my language that sound like that word. And that's a very wrong way to learn English, but I was in elementary school. That's what I was doing. And I remember English is the only course that I ever got full score in an exam. Just once though, in elementary school. Yeah, I have never gotten you can never get full score in an Asian exams ever. Maybe in math, and my math, I wouldn't say I was good at it, but I wasn't bad at it. I mean, sometimes I was good at it, but there were people that were better than me at math. But I would say I'm a middle to upper level at math, and I never I hated my math classes. Just trying to tell you that I'm smart, because I didn't like it, and I was still kind of good at it. And my score was I had. So the other thing I wanted to say is, what is it? Oh, it's it's just somehow so important for me to be smart. If I was if I ever do something that could be considered to be less than smart, it would just make me feel so terrible. I don't know where that comes from. Maybe because in my family, well, they wanted me to excel at schoolwork, but I always excelled. Like, I never needed to worry about my IQ or what. But maybe it's the country's thing, because the people in my country, they really care about your IQ. Like, if you do something silly, for them there's no silly, there's only stupid. So if you do something silly or less than smart, they would call it, like, maybe some people don't have high IQ, don't have like enough IQ, but they still manage to live their life and they blend in. And maybe that's the pressure that I feel. And I know, like, they can get really judgmental if you're anything less than smart. But the thing is, about IQ, there are always definitely some people, half of the people that are considered to be less than average, and half of people above the average. That's where average comes from. So you can't expect everybody to be intelligent, and it's not necessary. They just don't allow that in this environment. And I don't know why if I do something that's possibly considered to be stupid, if I do anything that I think someone would think I'm stupid, I would just be so embarrassed. I would feel so ashamed. For example, if I play a video game that's an intellectual video game, and I fail at it, or I would try so hard to find excuses to let you think that it's not because I'm not intelligent enough. I mean, of course, my intelligence has a limit. And so I would definitely not be good at some games. And I'm not like the super, super intelligent people. I don't know how to let that go. I need to let it go, Maybe because that's my identity that I hold on to. Like, I consider myself an intelligent person. And I don't know. Maybe I should let that go. But that's literally my identity. Okay, from today on, I'm going to use it my mantra. I let go of being intelligent. I don't care about being intelligent. I do not care about being intelligent. And you don't have to be intelligent to be intellectual. I am intellectual when it comes to, like, some things. Like, I think still I'm more intuitive than intellectual. And even when saying that kind of hurts me, because I kind of feel like, okay, some people are going to judge me now. Because if I'm more intuitive than intellectual, then that means I'm stupid. Okay, it's in my head. I know some people would say that, especially those people. I used to say I was before I became spiritual. I used to say I'm attracted to intelligence. But now that sentence, when I see other people's profile on dating apps, it just bothers me, because it's so right to be so judgmental. And there's a part of me that tries so hard, that pushes me to say, hey, don't take what I said as proof that I am not intelligent. Oh, man, I'm so scared of not being considered to be intelligent. But I should let that go. I don't care about being intelligent. I don't care about being intellectual. I am intuitive. I'd rather be intuitive. I don't care. I let go of all the things about IQ and shit. They are not even important. They aren't even important. They aren't. What's important is more. Your intuition is so much more important than your intelligence. Your intelligence can lead you nowhere, but your intuition can lead you anywhere. All the places that you want to go. Your intelligence might lead you to the exact opposite direction. And human intelligence, how can you even ever be proud of your human intelligence? Even if you are like Einstein, you have like 200, 300 IQ, you are still so much less intelligent when it comes to the universal intelligence, or the intelligence that's at work in existence in life, in like, how things are formed in matter, in nature, you can never compare with that. However intelligent you are, you can be 200, 300. Normal people are never 200, 300. Normal people, even at 160 is like too high, is like top 0.1% people. Nobody's like that. So however smart you are among people, you are just not really much smarter than average people. Maybe let's say you are like the top 2% smartest people. You are still like just like your IQ would be above 132 to be that, and normal people, average people, 100 IQ, and you just like 30, 32 higher. And if you're proud of that, and just remember what Stephen Hawking said when people asked him if he knows how high his IQ is. He said, only the losers show off their IQs. Only losers take pride in their intelligence, their IQ. I always remember that. It's hard. It's just, I'm torn here, A part of me that is in my belief system, I'm conditioned to be, or a part of me that's still doubtful, still holds on to this identity of being intelligent. I can't let it go, because that's such an important standard by which people in my society, at least, or in the world, evaluate you. They are so, I shouldn't even take it seriously, because they look absolutely stupid when they say you must be uneducated, or you're not educated enough, or your IQ must be low to have done such a thing, blah blah blah. And they look so absolutely fucking stupid to be able to say such a thing, and so ignorantly judgmental. But I just, if they say that to me, I take it personally, and I feel really, really like a part of me is like, it's just ego thing. I feel just so, my ego's hurt so badly. I try to do everything to prevent that kind of situation to happen to me. What can I do? Well, I just keep saying, I let go of being intelligent. I care more about being intuitive. I am more intuitive than intelligent. I am intuitive. I don't care about intelligence. I don't care about being intelligent. I don't care about being smart. I don't care about being clever. I don't care. And you can be retarded and super intuitive, and you are much better off than people that are more intelligent than intuitive. Well, I knew someone that was super intelligent. Like, he said his IQ's like, and I know, like, I can tell, like, he's really intelligent, and his IQ was above 150. And so what? He was I hated being with him. He was not at all in touch with his feelings. I don't like to use the word hate, but I didn't resonate with him. I didn't like him at all. Now when I think about it, it still just feels so, I can't believe that I actually allowed myself to to interact with him for that long, because it was so uncomfortable for me, because he was the total opposite of me. Like, I am INFP, and he was literally ESTJ, and we did like talk and shit, and well, I think because we didn't get along for long enough for me to deeply realize that we would not understand each other. At least he wouldn't understand me, because it's not that he doesn't have that aspect, but he buried it so deeply with his intelligence or whatever that he values more. So again, I don't want to say hatred, or I don't want to say that he's worse than me, or he's just different. He's a different type of person, like he's ESTJ, and what he needs is more me. He needs more of me. Intuition, again, is so much more important to cultivate than an intelligence, because intelligence, like, at least you know where, because however smart you are, you still don't know how to live your life. Only your intuition tells you how to live your life. No matter how intelligent you are, your intelligence doesn't tell you what your heart, where you truly want to go. That's what your intuition does. And that person really needed more of me, of contact with their feelings, but he considered being emotional as weak. Like whenever I had cried in front of him, he would say, in his head, I can see in his face, he's like in disdain. Like I thought, like, in my mind, well, because I'm emotional, so I would consider people to be emotional as well. So when I cry, I normally would expect people to empathize, but then when I knew that he was literally was not anything near empathizing when I was crying, it's not even, I don't even know how to feel. Like, I don't know. Like, he said his other friends told him that he's too emotional, and I wasn't special then. I thought that was cool. I really valued intelligence back then. Maybe that's the reason why I was talking to him, basically. But now when I look at it, I just felt it was so dangerous. If that guy ever got even further away from his emotions, he was already so. I never saw any emotion. One scary thing that happened was, well, I was having a video chat with him, and then there was an earthquake, like small one, very small one. I never had an earthquake before. The whole planet shaked for me, and he was on the other end of a planet, so, well, not really far, but like in a different country. Well, he didn't have any earthquake there. And I was shocked, like my whole face, you could see, I'm in shock, like completely shocked. My eyes whitened, my face changed immediately, like all of a sudden. And he looked at me like there's no change in his facial expressions. Like normal people would start to wonder or start to be maybe scared or be curious, but he looked like nothing happened, as if nothing changed in my face. Like he was just literally. I still remember that moment because it was just so weird, really weird. When will I be able to stop judging myself or stop imagining other people judging me when I do certain things? That's what I do all day, every day. Even when I'm talking, I'm imagining, or not literally, clearly, consciously imagining, but I have this sense in the background that I'm being judged. Every word I say is used to make a judgment against me. Like not that exaggerated, but like some words I say might be used as to support a judgment against me made by someone watching this video right now. But why would anybody that would judge me watch this video to this far? I mean, I thought I've been talking for an hour. It's only half an hour past, including the song that I think I sang the song for like 10 minutes at least. But I feel like I've been talking for at least an hour. You might think I'm super talkative, but the fact is, everybody that I've known, if you ask them, they would say most of them would say I'm low, not really talkative. They would think, like if you ask my high school classmates, they would tell you I'm a really particular person. I'm a really particular character. I remember one day, I still remember it, and I'm proud of it. That well, one night when we were going back to dorm, and then one guy from the classroom, he walked next to me, and then he said, it's so strange for me to think that you brush your teeth and then you wash your face the way us other people do, because you're so different. I can't imagine that you brush your teeth or wash your face like a normal person. That was just so funny. When I think about it, I was like, it's just funny, And whenever people discover my uniqueness, I just feel really proud. That's how I function. I read, it's actually in the description of this type of personality in Enneagram. I think it's a 4W5 type of person. They really they are unique themselves, and they need to know that they are unique. That's how they function. It's not about narcissism, because I'm saying this because I fear that you would judge me by being proud of being thought as unique. Oh, who's gonna watch these videos? I just keep making them. I made like thousands, not thousands, hundreds of, maybe 1,000 of videos where I just talk to my phone and record it and just feel like I have an audience. Sometimes judgmental, just all in my head. When will they ever be watched? Maybe after I die. Watched, not by just a random stranger or whatever. Watched by actual, my soul family, my soul people that would actually understand everything that I'm saying, would resonate deeply, profoundly with everything I say. When will that happen? It's just such a relief for me, that to figure out, to have those had those personality tests, and how they showed me that I am not really the only person that I know that is like this. Because there's so many INFPs, and by reading the description and how accurately they describe me, it's just such a great sense of relief, because if I am so accurately identified by a group of researchers, whatever, it means that I am not the only one here. There's thousands and thousands of people out there just like me. That's why they could write such accurate descriptions about me. Well, they don't even know me. They must have known thousands. They must have investigated thousands or hundreds, definitely thousands of people like me, to have made such conclusions. And so accurate. It is such a relief. Do I want to be unique? In this world, yes, but I'd rather be not unique in a world where everybody is more like me. I'd rather not be unique. But in this world where I see everything that I don't like, obviously I want to be unique. I don't want to be like those things that I don't like. But is that something that I fundamentally want? Not at all. I want to be if there's a planet where everybody's like me, use those adjectives that really accurately describe me, idealists, spontaneous, flexible, not like rule makers, I don't like those, and intuitive, spiritual, philosophical, deep conversation holders, and maybe a little bit introverted, or maybe that doesn't matter, and passion driven rather than anything else driven, or in this world it's the opposite. Most people are not passion driven. I don't know, most people take a job that they hate and then they do it just for the money, and then because they prioritize safety than passion. And many people seem to be capable of doing that. I don't know, but at least in my family and what people teach you in school, it reflects that. It might not be the whole world, but in my world, it seems to be that way. Everybody prioritizes everything else than their passion. like they would choose a major to study in university, not out of curiosity, not out of passion, not out of fun. They choose it out of it would give them a good job in the future. That's not something I'm capable of doing. That would be miserable. I would be miserable doing that, and I don't know how they can do that. And yeah, so yeah, these adjectives would describe me accurately in the that would make me kind of stand out in this world, at least in my world, to not make you judge me as being so sure, so confident, or so, arrogant. Just at least in my world, everybody I know, everybody I've seen on the internet, as me, social media, everybody I've known in my family or school, they're like that. They're the opposite. I stand out in them. They wouldn't understand. They would think I'm childish. They would think I'm irresponsible. Maybe I don't know. They never said that. They would think I am. I don't get along. I'm outstanding. Actually nobody said those things for me, but said those things to me directly. Well, because they also don't know me, because I would not open up to them, because I just I'm really sensitive, so I just don't open up to everybody. And if I see that they can't understand me, like if you're somebody that really chooses a major because of its practicality, you wouldn't be able to understand me. At least that's my experience, it's not I'm not assuming. That's my experience. But maybe I should just open up a little bit more, to be fair. But every time someone says something that's against my values, it just really cuts my ear. It cuts my ears. If, for example, if I was sharing about my value with somebody that says, for example, my value says passion is more important than money. And then they would say things like, how are you going to chase after your passion if you don't make enough money first? Or, passion, these things doesn't matter. You do it after you you retire from a steady job, or you get enough pension, and that's when you can start your passion. Adults don't talk about passion, only children do. That's actually that last line was actually something I literally got from someone online, and immediately I knew I don't get along with those people. They would not understand. If they say something like that, I would literally just stand up and walk away. There's literally but I need to remind myself to be more open-minded, like I can't always keep telling myself the same story over and over that says everybody's different, everybody doesn't prioritize passion, and if they say something against, if they show anything against my value, it means that I won't get along with them. Well, I should be more open. I shouldn't, like, I can't limit myself. Not everybody's like my family, like even my family has been that, or even my world has been that. Like, everybody I've known in school has been that. The world is big, not everybody's like those that I've known in school and family. There are still just like dozens of people, they're not the whole world. Well, even if sometimes you would really tend to think, or it's actually a logical assumption to make, that the group of people around you randomly, because your schoolmates, your classmates, they're randomly chosen for you. You didn't get to choose them, or it's not like your friends, you choose your friends. They were chosen, they were randomly chosen and put in your class, and it's a very logical assumption to make based on the people you know in school, all the people you know in school, to kind of understand how the world is, because many people are many people. And also teachers, if every teacher says the same thing, it probably means the world is sort of like that. But even if it's a logical assumption, but the thing is, it is not a random universe. It is a conscious universe. It is a universe before you came to this planet, you did make plans, and some settings you literally chose for yourself. So I could have chosen to have those people in my classes, in my family, to give me this experience of being an outstander, an outlier for whatever reason that I haven't figured out yet. And so that's my personal experience, my world so far. It can't really, maybe not truly, genuinely, 100% reflect what the world is. So even if everybody I've met so far gives me a feeling that they do not care, they don't talk about passion, they don't talk about dreams, they would think idealists are childish and irresponsible, whatever, doesn't mean that in the future I wouldn't meet like the world. Doesn't mean the world is like that mostly. And even if the world was like that mostly, and the existence of myself, my own existence, just proves the existence of thousands and thousands of other people that are just like me. Because again, I'm not alone. I'm not like really alone here. Because I am perfectly accurately, not just, sort of described by some personality tests, but accurately, precisely described. That means that there are thousands and thousands of people out there that are exactly like me, and I'm not alone. Exactly, I would get along with. They would understand me perfectly. That's fantastic. These personality tests. Oh man, I can't even believe that it's true, because in my world, in my experience, I am always alone here, being a idealist, a philosopher, a passion driven, these traits. I'm the only person that I know that holds these traits like so dearly, like so, let's say, spontaneous. Like I don't have to work to be able to keep them. They are just ingrained in me. Like I came here with them. Like I do not have to struggle when choosing a passion or a life that might be profitable, like that might guarantee financial stability, but would not be my passion. I wouldn't have problem choosing that, what I see is many people have struggle with that, and I don't. It's not like I do something different or what. It's just something in me isn't built. Like if I was a robot, I have this program in me, this order in me that says, always follow your heart. Always follow your heart when you choose your life, the biggest decisions in your life. Always follow what's exciting, what's your true alignment. And for many people, it's not like that. They really, it's like tests for them. When two things are presented in front of them every day, it's a test for them. Or do you want to choose? Are you going to follow your heart? Which might appear scary, but that's actually the only path that would ever make you happy at all. I mean, by passion, by like following your heart, doesn't necessarily mean that you like do something that's your passion. It might just be a path that aligns with your inner intuition, inner heart. It feels right. It feels right. It's not logically explainable. Like it might not even make sense on the outside. What I think I should do is I should stop talking to myself about these things, about how people are, about what I've understood people to be, because I'm just describing the negative side, okay? I'm focusing on that, and that's not. First of all, it doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me happy to live in a world that says that I am outstander. And it's not even true, because what I've known is, what I've learned so profoundly is that everybody wants exactly the same things that I want. Everybody wants to choose their passion. Everybody wants to follow their passion. Everybody wants to follow their heart, no matter they admit it or no matter they know it or not. They want it, and that's inbuilt in every single person. That's something we have in common, and that's what I should focus on. What everybody should focus on, what we have in common rather than where we differ, because rather than saying, okay, I'm this way different than them, I'm doing this more easily, I'm just different, I'm an alien, blah. I should focus on what we have in common, which really, it just breaks my heart in a good way. When I first thought about it just made me cry when I realized, actually, everybody wants exactly what I want. Everybody is an idealist. Everybody wants to be a dreamer. Everybody, maybe not everybody wants to be spontaneous, or everybody. Some people are rule makers. Somebody prefer making rules. But every single person prioritize their passion. If not consciously, it's subconsciously. How do you see that? Look at people that don't follow their passion and how miserable they are. It means in the back of their mind, inside of their heart, there's a place they always want to be. They always want to go. And if they don't go there, they're miserable. That's what it says. That's why. And people might be telling you, if I talk to people about this, people might be telling me, you're an adult, you now don't talk about dreams anymore, you focus on the practicality, focus on achieving financial stability more than anything else, support yourself first before thinking about. When they say shit like that, what they're really saying is, I should not listen to the surface of things. Again, I'm somebody that's here to see through the surface. What they are actually saying is, I need you to live you as much as you can so that you can show me the way too, that I can do it too, because I desperately want to live my heart. But look at everybody in the world. Everybody in my life keeps telling me the shit that I'm telling you right now. I really, no matter what I'm saying to you right now, I need you to stick to your heart and walk your way and be the way shower to show me that I can do the same, because I desperately need, want, and desire to do the same, because we are the same. We are here. We look different. We look so different. We seem so that we have so different personalities. Sometimes we can even look like we're the opposite, whatever. On the surface. It's always on the surface. The difference is always on the surface, because, okay, one thing just came to me right now that says, if you can still spot difference, that still means that you can go deeper, like you're still on surface level. On surface level, you can see difference. No matter how deep you can see, no matter how profound this difference is that you see between you and a different person, it's always on a surface level, or it's always on a less than truly profound level that you're looking at. It's always that. Okay, I hope it's being recorded. Sometimes I've been talking and then realize it's not a recording. Some days I was talking for an hour, and then I realized it's not being recorded. And so, still, because I'm the one that's experiencing all these by myself. I doubt, I have this inner doubt. Believe me, there's a part of me that is still a physicalist, that doubts everything that I consciously or are intellectually convinced about spirituality, with spirituality. So I need a lot of evidence when it comes to spirituality, like a mediumship. If you're just talking about it, no matter how convincing it looks, if there's no evidence, like no dead physical evidence, I can't buy into it. I can't. So, so far I've gathered all those evidence, but still it's other people's evidence. I need my own experience, and I haven't had any yet. So there's this part of stubborn physicalist still inside of me that says, maybe, just maybe, there's there's a chance that all of this is all bullshit. Well, it's not really convincing, but it's there, it's there, it's always there. And that's fine. That's not the dominant side of me, but sometimes it really comes out, and when I doubt myself, it takes a chance and jumps out and doubt everything. But I already know that what I know is it's real. Like, at least what I believe is real. If not the whole spirituality is real, what I believe is real. And what I believe in love. And if love doesn't exist, it doesn't even matter for me if love doesn't exist. If love doesn't exist, like true unconditional love doesn't exist, it means that I'm not eternal. The only premise that I'm eternal is that love exists. For me, personally, I'm not even talking about spirituality anymore. It's just what I feel, what I believe, what I know. Nothing can doubt that. If love doesn't exist, it's a relief. It's okay too, because after I will die one day, as a physical body, I will die one day, and if it's true that unconditional love or whatever love doesn't exist, I will stop existing, and it's just a couple of decades, whatever, right? It's not very long. Human lives aren't that long, and it doesn't matter at all. So, but the thing is, if I do exist right now, maybe it's just the direct proof that what I believe in must exist too, because it's not just what I believe in, it's what I have inside of me. It's a part of me, and I do exist. It means that must exist too. So yes, it exists. Whatever I believe in, the sun, whatever it represents, whatever is what I represent. And here I'm listening to the song, and here I exist. It means whatever we represent exists. As solid as my own existence. Well, the things, I'm not sure if my existence is that solid, it's tricky here. Maybe, I think because most of the time I'm in my head, I'm like, even when I'm alone, like doing chores, whatever, I'm always in my head thinking about something, so I don't really physically or solidly experience my existence, my attention always drawn away by some thoughts or whatever, these fleeting thoughts and shit. So sometimes when I stand in the shower and all of a sudden realize, oh, this is a hand, and I have a hand, and I look at my hand, it looks so fucking bizarre, because maybe I'm looking at just imagine what I feel is what an alien, like, imagine an alien that just first got inside a human's body and is looking at their hand. That's how I feel when all of a sudden I'm looking at my hand, for example, right now. I'm just so used to it, I've lived in this body for like 2 decades and 2 more decades, and I can see, like, I'm so familiar with it. Like, I can move it, I can know nothing, but the appearance of it, the fact that I have it, the fact that I am, okay, it starts to spread this feeling. The fact that I'm actually speaking, making sounds, speaking a language, and my mouth is moving, and my teeth moving. I'm sitting here, and I have a body, and it's just so, every single time I realize this, I get again astounded. I'm shocked. Like, I don't know even how to say, how can I be here like this? How can I be an animal? Like, and I can feel my hand. It's warm. I feel my body. It's warm. It's so bizarre. Do you even know what I'm talking about? I don't know, like, it's such a unique, I don't know how to describe it. It's not a common thing that people experience, I don't have ever seen anybody talk about this. So I'm not sure if you even know what I'm talking about. When you look at your hand, and you probably say, okay, that's my hand, but for me it's like it's a hand, or not the word that we assigned to it. It's just a thing in front of me, and it has these 5 outstretched branches, and it has this texture, and holy shit, what the fuck is this? And it's attached to the rest of the body and everything else looks so bizarre. Look at our pants. Look at the trousers. They look so fucking strange that we put these this thing around our bodies and the socks, and how weird and bizarre everything. How weird it is. That's what I experience. Well, I can experience every single day. It's not that I experience it once and it's gone. Every single time I start to focus this way, I have this realization. When I have this realization, actual realization that I have this body, that I like, maybe because when I think, when I'm talking, maybe I have a very different self-image, or if I have a self-image at all, and suddenly I realize that I have a physical representation of myself, or whatever. I don't think it's anything that's me, it's just something that's physically attached to this thing that's talking, that's thinking right now. I don't know. I need to take a walk outside before it's dark, and it has some sun. It only has some sun in the evening these days. And even, you walk outside and you look at the plants, they are so weird. You look at the plants, they look so fucking weird. You look at them, I don't know every single thing about them is so weird and also beautiful. That's what makes them look so artistic. They're so spontaneous. I mean, I don't even want to use any words to describe it. It's not about words. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Even every single object that I'm looking at, I mean, it's not my first time experience this. I'm familiar with this feeling. I'm just trying to make sure that you understand what I'm saying. Maybe I should talk slower so that you could have more space to think. Have a thought first before I continue. I don't know if you can hear me from here. And then and another thing that's just kind of unfortunate, whatever, is that I can look at my body this way and have all those feelings that I just told you about everything, not just my body, but it can still do everything that it does every single day. Like, for example, I can wash my hands, it knows exactly what to do. Like, automatically, it's on autopilot. I don't need to think about it. It just does everything. I can be having those feelings. Well, it does every fucking thing it does. It's been doing for like 20 plus years. I really hope sometimes when you have these feelings, you really feel like you're the only person on the planet that has ever had these feelings. I really hope that I'm not the only person that has these feelings, or it would just really, really, really be bad. Why am I washing my face? I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna comb my hair. Not really comb my hair. This word, I never know how to pronounce it. I mean, every time I forgot its pronunciation. I look it up and I forget it immediately. Like I look it up, I use it, and I forget about it. The C-O-M-B, comb. Is it comb or comb or comb? Or comb, whatever. I never do it, I hate it. I don't do it. My hair, I just tie it up without combing it. So it would always get some knots. That's me. And I don't look good with short hair, or I would just have short hair. It would be so much more convenient. But I don't look good in short hair because I wear glasses and because my face just doesn't look like it would suit. You know, I have all those feelings that I told you about my body and everything I see all of a sudden with a sudden realization, but I still wouldn't have every thought that I would normally have, like they're on autopilot. Like I would think about normal thoughts, like about my body, about how like my face wouldn't, like I wouldn't look good with this haircut or that. You know, they are just like thoughts from or feelings from two dimensions, and they coexist in my human brain consciousness. And don't you think that's just holy shit? I really enjoy talking to you. Well, if you want to be friends with me after watching these videos, don't expect me to be this talkative because it takes me a long time. Actually, it doesn't take any time for me to open up if we really are like a match, really like a compatible. But that's not a case for everybody I've known in my life. They've not been a match to me, and I was never able to talk to them like this. I could never feel like 100% comfortable with everybody. So now I'm talking to myself. Actually, I'm talking to you. Don't be upset, even if you would start to exist maybe a long time after I posted these videos. Whatever, I don't mind. I do really feel like I'm talking to someone, you know? I'm really not really talking to myself. I really feel like I'm talking to someone. I am such a particular person, you know. I am such a legend. How can I have all these thoughts and exist in this world? Even you, if you know what I'm talking about, you would feel the same, right? How could I exist? I'm really such an alien. With all these particular thoughts, I am just so good. I am so fun to be with. At least, I mean, for people that are compatible with me, they would think I'm such a gem, even if I've never met them. And I find it fun being with myself, like when I'm not judging myself, which is not very, like I judge, like there's not that I judge myself. There's like conditioned critic inside of me that judges everything I do. When it's quiet, when it's quieter, I enjoy being myself. But it's often not quiet, you know. It's just like I would feel ugly. Like it would make me feel ugly. I really need Spurs' help with that, you know, with these things. I don't even know where they come from. Maybe from the collective. Because I don't think my family has like given me all of this. Energy blocks. I think it's from the collective. Especially the part about IQ humiliation. I think it's from the collective, from the internet. The outside. Because in my family, I am the smartest one. I'm the one that's been to university, the only person that's been to university. I mean, I never need to worry. I've always been good with grades in school. I never needed to worry about my IQ. And I've been worrying about this and that. Also, I have this shame when it comes to food. If I start to desire food, when I'm not hungry, I desire food. I feel ugly. I don't know where that comes from. That's just so bizarre, right? But it feels when I feel it, it's just so real. I feel really ugly, and it's definitely not from my family. where does it from? Myself, maybe from myself, because I was like I've always tried to be a vegetarian. Like it's something in me. It's one of the themes in my life. I tried to be a vegetarian in high school, just out of nowhere. I think it's a spiritual thing, just a spiritual thought that was put in me that said, okay, be a vegetarian. Well, I don't know. It was actually bad timing because being a vegetarian in a boarding school means you won't get enough nutrition because protein. I didn't get enough protein. I probably got like 10 grams of protein every day. And I would jog every single day, so I probably lost a lot of muscle. It's just so funny. How could people even survive with less than 10 grams? Or some days I think I probably didn't get any proteins at all. And I would eat eggs, but not even the eggs they give you in each meal, it's just not enough. Even one egg has like only 7 grams. If it's a big egg, has only 7 grams of protein. So I probably got less than 5 grams of protein every single day for like years, for 2 years, the last 2 years of my high school. And then somehow and I think this shame with food came from that urge to become a vegetarian, that persistence. Because I wanted to be a vegetarian not because I didn't like meat or didn't want to eat meat, but only because I wanted to be a vegetarian. So I still wanted meat. I'm a big meat lover. I love meat. I love it. So I would want to, like, a part of me would say, I want it. But this more conscious part of me rejects it, that says, disgusting, it degrades the part of me that wants meat. So, for example, let me tell you, even today when I think about it, I feel ashamed. I still experience that shame. That there's this dish, I don't even want to talk about it because of the shame, but I'm going to talk about it because obviously I'm not going to not talk about it and let it be there, repressed. This dish is noodles. It's a steamed rice noodles, and for normal people, when you order this from the dining hall, they would give you a big spoon of meat and oil. And because I was a vegetarian, I really loved eating that dish, and I had to reject the meat. But then I wanted, like, it wouldn't go well without the oil, so I would ask them to please give me just a spoon of oil, not meat. And they would do it. They would give a big spoon. I would just feel so ashamed of doing that because in my head, in my mind, I'm probably thinking, I'm a vegetarian. You're not supposed to do this. 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 Say shame on you to want that meat, to want that oil, because obviously that oil is is in the same bowl with the meat. It's a part of a meat sauce, but it's like all the meat was soaked in that oil, and it was just so good. And obviously, if I was a vegetarian, I was not supposed to have even the oil because it was together with the meat. It wasn't separate. But then I had it every single time, and every single time I felt that shame. I even feel it right now. And even right now, today, when I eat animal product, I'm not like a vegan. I'm not like I'm never like, I would not call myself a vegetarian, or I'm just someone that avoids eating meat or animal product. I even dropped eggs, I stopped buying eggs. And then I really love eating meat, but I can't eat meat because I'm no longer like before anymore. Because now I'm grown up. I know what meat is. It's animal bodies, and it's sad because I love animals. I can't be eating their bodies. Like, it's so sick, especially when I see I can no longer eat something with bones anymore, because bones just remind me that it's part of a body, and I'm not eating food, I'm eating body. I can't eat chicken legs anymore. But then I really wanted some meat. So I got some chicken nuggets and frozen chicken nuggets, and at the same time I kind of resist the feeling of feeling disgusted. At the same time I want some, because if I'm going like, it's sort of like a vegan life, but like I said, I still like sometimes here and there eat some animal products because I really I just feel like there's a loss in me to not eat any animal products at all. Like I don't even drink milk, and so I would get some animal products here and there, like things that are made of meat, but not directly meat. And maybe sometimes I would eat directly meat. If I order a dish from a restaurant that contains meat, I would eat it. I'll be stupid if I don't. But actually, last time I didn't. There was meat in my noodles I ordered from the restaurant, and I didn't eat it. And when I talk about it, I feel so much shame because I'm so ashamed. I want meat. I want meat. And I know, like from an objective point of view, from your point of view, you would think, okay, it's totally unnecessary to feel ashamed, or it's totally like, why are you even feeling any shame at all when it comes to it? It's normal that you want meat. It's not your fault. But there's part of me that's just judging me, criticizing me. It doesn't know that it's not my fault. I think it's my fault. I think it's my fault. It's not my fault to like me, but it's my fault. It's my fault if I already know everything about those animals and how they're treated, and I still eat animal products. It's my fault. Well, it does, like, logically, it is my fault. What can I do? But I'm torn here. I don't know what to do. Like, I need your help, Spirit. I keep asking, please help me with this. I don't know what to do. Like, I love lamb. I love lamb and barbecue. One thing I keep saying to myself is, after I die, I'm gonna eat a lot of meat products, and they're not gonna come from dead animals. They're not gonna come from murdering. They're meat that grow out of soil. After I die, apparently it's not something we can do here. Maybe, just maybe, if I live long enough, maybe the technology would advance, and all of us would quit killing animals. We would just start to eat artificial meat, and it would taste even better than meat, than animal, because we can't do it. Actually, the technology we have is so fucking advanced already, with this AI and shit. If we actually put our heart into inventing artificial meat and to make it great, I mean, it's gonna be, it's gonna be, because we can do anything. Look what we have done. We can literally do anything. So, I don't know. Like, next time I eat meat, I'll have three mixed feelings. First is, I enjoy this, meat. And second is, it's disgusting, it's animal body. Third is, you shameless little shit. You shouldn't do this. This animal is being tortured to be killed to make the food that you're eating right now. So I don't know. Oh man, when I talk about that, I kind of want to cry because I don't want to be so harsh on myself. I really need some help with this. Oh, damn it. I really want the animals not be killed, But at the same time, I really like meat. When I was eating meat, I was eating a lot of it. Just last year, no, 2023. Oh yeah, it was last year. Right, 2023. I started being a vegetarian only after I moved here, which was last year, like October. And before that, I was not vegetarian anymore. I stopped being a vegetarian since I graduated from high school. So for a few years, I wasn't a vegetarian until just recently. I'm not even vegetarian. I'm going even vegan. Again, I don't want to use these words to describe me because, again, I still consume shamefully. animal products here and there because I crave it. I want it. I feel I shouldn't be beating myself up, but I don't know how. I don't know how to because I know the animals are killed like in those inhumane ways, and I feel so sad. And I watched the documentary. I know how they're treated. I can see it. I can see it online how people discuss about animals, and it really breaks my heart. And at the same time, I like meat, and I sometimes eat. Oh my god. Maybe to you, I appear to be innocent. I appear to be cute, lovely to think these thoughts. But inside of me, I just literally, this critic just makes me feel really ugly. Says, you shameless bitch, you were asking for pity right now from other people. But for me, you are fucking shameless. You know what you're doing. Oh, damn. How can I deal with this? I really don't want to be. And I still have some those chicken nuggets. I even got some chicken dumplings. You know, it's really, it gets boring when you keep getting protein just from bean products. Well, they're great, but you know, they're still the same thing, even if they're made in a variety of ways, like tofu. And I discovered many new things. And I discovered this ego beings. They're different new ways of cooking different vegan dishes. They're really, really delicious. I just kind of made because for 2 decades of my life I've been not 2 decades of my life I've been a regular meat eater. It's just kind of a habit to have meat or animal products in your diet, or you just feel lost, feel a sense of loss and inadequacy in your diet. And you kind of want to, you just, I don't know, especially, you know, where I am in my culture, vegan is not like as popular as in the Western culture. If you're vegan, you have a hard time. You don't hear about vegan. Maybe you hear about some vegetarian, but you don't hear about, I don't know, like, they're not vegan restaurants here. They're not vegan products here. What you can do, you can just choose not to buy meat. Many things. I don't really. Also, another reason why I don't want to eat meat is because of the trapped energy inside of food. Because, well, you know, where meat comes from murder, comes from abuse, comes from mistreatment. So it definitely has those energies stuck in there, and then you eat them inside your body. I think it's gonna make you feel bad. But to be honest, I don't feel any difference after I quit eating meat or what. Maybe I felt the difference is really gradual, so I not noticed it. Maybe if all of a sudden I started eating a lot of meat again, which I wouldn't be able to do anymore, I would feel this obvious difference. Well, I do feel really heavy around restaurants, you know, that like do barbecue, or, you know, when you look at restaurants like that, around that, I just kind of feel weird, you know. I can feel like it's what I want to be. I want to be a cat. I want to be a cat and eat raw meat. Really, can I really not be a cat? I really want to be a cat, you know? Just even for, let's say, a few months, for a couple of months, I want to be a cat. And you can feed me whatever meat I want. I wouldn't feel guilty anymore because now I'm a cat. Without eating meat, I would die. So I will eat meat shamelessly. And I can eat fish, but I even quit fish. I just, you know, when you stop eating meat, you just kind of don't want to eat it all together. Like even eggs, and when you quit, I still would eat fish, but it's not like something I particularly go for. But here and now and then I would. So I wouldn't call myself vegan or vegetarian because I need some flexibility here. And, part of me that's really afraid. What if the person that listens to the video agrees with the critic inside of me that says, you are a fucking bitch, you're supposed to be vegan, vegetarian, and you and you and you're here talking about not wanting to be called a vegetarian, vegan. They're all excuses that you find for yourself to give you some space to still consume animal products shamelessly. And you shameless. Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what not what I hear, what I feel. It's not words or thoughts, worded thoughts that I hear. It's actually a feeling that I feel. I feel guilty. I feel ashamed. I feel ugly. It's all feelings before any thoughts formed. If I eat, for example, lamb right now, I just feel ugly. I feel. I can't believe that I'm being a vegan. I can't believe that I even quit eggs, milk, even fish. I mean, it's not like I completely quit them again. I still eat them. Just not something that's included in my common daily diet. I mean, I might go back to them. I don't know. If they're more like snacks for me rather than part of a diet. If I want to eat them, it's not because I need it. I need them in my diet, but because I want them. Come on, I feel like my vibe is more like it's not like a vegan vibe. Maybe I have stereotypes on vegan people, but I feel like I'm more like I feel like a vegan people, they're just so serious. And look at me, I'm not serious. I'm anything but serious. And yeah, those vegan people are really judgmental. And I mean, I agree with everything that they say, but not that attitude anymore. I used to be like that. I used to be, but now I totally understand why people eat meat. Even not because they need it, but it is really sad that they think they need meat. The fact is, meat is doing everything against them in every way. Health speaking, or spiritually speaking, scientifically speaking. You can read all those papers out there that tell you honestly, truthfully, that you don't need meat, and they are killing you. And people don't know that. People don't accept that for whatever reason. What I believe is because we haven't been spiritually involved enough to start to understand that so that we won't accept that, even if it's scientifically proven out there with all those evidence or papers, articles, research, and people aren't open, not spiritually open, so they just have to keep on eating meat for a bit longer, and then they will realize later when it's right time, so it's really useless to force people not to eat meat. First of all, you won't manage to do it by force. You want to do anything you want. If there's anything you want to promote in the world, you want the motivation to be, oh shit, I need to go now. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye bye.